and welcome. My name is Aleisha. I'm a Kiwi. I love to bake, so I bake vegan treats. Today I'm going to be making something a little different. I don't know the best way to introduce this. I made, back in school, in high school or college, whatever you call it, I made these chocolate mousse domes. Basically it was frozen mousse in the shape of like these semi-dome things, and then it had a chocolate glaze over the top. I want to make something similar, but I want to make the mousse a vegan ice cream, and then I want to put like a Magnum hard shell around it and see if that'll work. But I have a feeling it won't. However, I'm optimistic. So we're gonna see how we go. So that's all I have to say. So let's get into the baking. But before we do, I just want to say that if you enjoy my content, or if you too enjoy baking, or you want to learn more about vegan baking, please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon, because then you get notified when I upload, so you can keep up to date with my videos, and it would mean the world to me. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the video. So obviously we have to start with the ice cream part, like duh. So I have some leftover coconut cream. It's the same brand as this. It's by Nature's Charm, and it actually whips up really well, surprisingly. So we're going to be using that. I'm going to be using the can plus the leftover. And then I read online somewhere that dates don't freeze all that well, which is what means it can be more of an ice cream texture, which is what we're after. So I soaked these dates for 10 minutes, but I soaked them yesterday because I got distracted. So I think they'll be okay. They're drained. I drained them and kept them in like a sealed container. So we should be good. So I'm just going to start by whisking these in the cake stand, and then we'll blend everything together. Alrighty, so in goes the remaining coconut cream. You can use any brand of coconut cream. The firmer the better, because then it whips up nicer. And I'm going to add the new can as well. So if yours has water at the top there, like mine does, which you can see dripping out, you just want to drain that before you add it in here. You don't have to throw that liquid out. It actually works really well in smoothies, or just as a replacement for water, or whatever you want. It's just coconut water. So once you've got all your cream in the bowl, just give it a whisk. I find it much easier with a stand mixer. There we go. Once your cream is all whipped up, and just like this, mine I'm very happy with, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of the cream mixture into a bullet or a blender of some description. To that, I'm then going to add my 10 soaked dates, bittered dates, and blend it all together. After a lot of convincing, I have combined the two, and it now looks like this. And I'm going to incorporate my date mixture into the whipped coconut mixture. Then going to put it into the molds I have and chuck it in the freezer. And any leftovers will not go to waste, trust me. It'll go in the freezer and be used as regular ice cream. So you just want to fold that in, making sure to incorporate all the air and keep it nice and aerated. So I'm happy with mine just a coconut base, so I'm going to leave it just like this. But you are more than welcome to add in some cocoa powder at this point if you want chocolate or some vanilla, any sort of flavoring. Now I'm going to fill these semi-dome molds that I have. I'm just going to put it on a plate so that it's easier to glad wrap it, and so that it's easy to move it. Yeah, then we just I've left my ice creams in the freezer overnight so that they go really, really solid. And I'm boiling the kettle so that we can make the chocolate topping. So I'll get back to you once that's boiled. But before I do, you need 2 bowls that fit into each other, like so, because we're making a bain-marie or a double boiler, but not using the stove. Once your kettle is boiled, you want to, I'm going to add my ingredients into this bowl first. So I'm doing 1 cup of dark chocolate chips to 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Alright, so to the slightly larger bowl, I'm going to not fill it with water, but put a lot of warm water into it. I want the bowl to either just touch or to be just above touching the water. If you want to melt your chocolate in the microwave, feel free to. It's just that when it's in the microwave, there's a lot more chance of it burning. And nobody wants burnt chocolate. If you are going to do it in the microwave, just remember to go for short increments and check on it all the time. In New Zealand, we have these ice creams called Magnums. And it's basically ice cream in the middle, and then it's got this chocolate shell, magic shell coating on the outside, and they sell it on a stick. It is so good. And they now make vegan ones, surprise, surprise. So, gotta say, it's kind of like those. It's like the vegan domes without the stick. Mine is done. It is completely liquidy. There are no more lumps and bumps. Alright, so my ice creams have been in the freezer overnight. They don't have to be in the freezer this long. 10 hours should be just fine. I checked on them yesterday about dinner time. They were perfect, they were fine. So they should just pop out of the molds just like that. And hopefully you'll have more perfect molds than I did. I did rush mine. Or if you really want perfect ones, you can pipe them in. That'll help a lot. And tap it down a couple times. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed because mine are flat. I don't know how to show you. Oh, there you go. They're not completely round because the domes are on the plate, but live and you learn. So instead of dumping mine or dipping them straight into the chocolate, I'm actually going to put a tablespoon on the top of each dome first, just a thin layer, and spread it around, and then chuck them in the fridge, and then dip them in the rest of it if I've got enough, because feeling I might have been a little shy on the chocolate. Oopsies. This might have gone a little better in my head. I think for next time, I might only fill the molds just below the line so that I have room for the chocolate to sit in. That's actually a smart idea. Let's try this. I figured out a good technique, so it's like just to tilt it so you get all the edges. So that it's evenly coated, and then you just pick it up, tip it, and let it dry, and then the shell goes hard. And then I'm going to re-dip the bottoms, and that, my friends, is how you make Magnum domes. Would you look at that? It's so like smooth and Alright, we're going to chuck these in the freezer just to harden them up for the last little bit, and we're going to crack into one. Alright, are you ready? Let's see. Oh no. Let's just do it this way. It's really good. So the only thing I'd say is you need to let it sit out for a bit longer, and then it will probably crack a bit easier. Just because the ice cream isn't soft, that's my issue. But all the like stuff in it just goes together so nicely. It's like a very light caramel kind of coconutty ice cream with a dark chocolate shell. So good. I recommend these a lot. You don't even have to make them in domes, right? You can, any kind of silicone mold you have, could make it in that. I will say though, despite probably being a decent sized portion, I don't know if I could finish this. It's quite like rich, although the chocolate is like creamy and it adds to it, and I just, oh. That is all I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed. This is a 4-ingredient chocolate ice cream dome. Highly recommend, with a magic shell. It is absolutely beautiful. I will be making these again, but maybe we can try different flavors, or we can fill them with something like a jelly, or leave them out to defrost and it'll go nice and soft in the middle. Or we fill them with chocolate mousse. Now that could be cool. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, peace, and please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And yeah, peace out.